the sword of truth, I stand and fight. In the armor of God, my future is bright. Sharpened like steel, by His word I'm made. In the battle of faith I'll never be swayed. The blade of His love cuts through the lies. With the strength of the Savior I rise, I rise, I rise.
Good morning, everybody out there in YouTube land. How y'all doing this morning? This is Bubba from Bubba's EDC. Hope you're having a good, wonderful, fantastic, magnificent Monday morning. Just thought I'd come on here and do a little modern Madness Monday. Jump on, I believe that's what Brother Stan called it, from Stan's Cutlery Universe. Just showed a little modern I'm toting today. I still have not modified a knife other than putting a lanyard on something, so I'm not going to do that. But I want to get on a modified Monday, but not there yet. Maybe this week I can work on one. I got some ideas. But for the modern I'm toting today, little Ozark Trail. I call it Darth Vader, just because it's all black, except for the obviously the words right there. But you know, it's a quality little knife for what it is. Sub $10. I believe this one ranges from $5 to $8, depending your area. They call it a bug out killer. I've never held a bug out, but obviously it's not going to be the quality of a Benchmade. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna joke and even kid around that it's close. It's not the quality of a Kershaw, but it's worth every bit of the $5 to $8, in my opinion, for what I do at work. I'm breaking down a lot of cardboard boxes, cutting zip ties, things like that, ripping into packages, you know, Amazon packages, different things. It's decent. It's got the reversible pocket clip, and it's not, you know, it's not a deep carry. A little bit of it will stick out over your belt there, but it rides just fine. I don't have an issue with it. I can get it in and out of the pocket really well. You know, it's not so tight that I can't get it in my pocket and on my pocket right there. Like the Buck Spitfire, that thing's so tight, at least on these pants have a thicker hem, I guess you call it, where the pocket is. It's hard to get, like I have to finagle it to get the Buck Spitfire on these pants. But this one, it's just good. Plastic, I guess you would say, handles it. Maybe it's, no, I doubt it's fiberglass reinforced. It's probably just some kind of plastic, molded plastic or something. But I mean, you know, fit and finish looks okay to me for what it is. You know, I mean, the checkering is pretty consistent. I don't see any real bad anomalies there. The black, the dye on everything is pretty consistent. You do have, yeah, it's all black, so hard for me to tell. Metal liners. Now, steel or whatever, can't speak on that. It's got some spacers in there. Yeah, not bad though. And you know, you could modify this pretty easily, like take out a couple of these spacers and put some wood in there, like a wood spacer, like the Buck's 110. No, the Buck Spitfire was that 722, I believe. Put some black walnut or something there. That'd look good. Another little idea, but it's got pretty good action for the price. Got your little sharpening choil right there. D2 steel, thumb stud on both sides, and the button lock, crossbar lock, whatever you call it. I like it. I haven't tuned this one or done anything to it. This was a gift from Brother Kevin at Alabama Knife and Tool. We had done a trade and he threw this in. Sorry, I'll fidget all day. And it's great. I've got the white one from Brother Jim at Hunting, Fishing, and Praying. This one, for whatever reason, was smoother. Now, I don't know if Kevin had toted this before or he just pulled it out of the package to make it easier to ship. I never asked him. Don't care if it was brand spanking new or not. It was a gift, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, y'all, it's budget banger. I think it's Brother HT and Brother Jim over at Barlow Brigade both say budget banger. That's a budget banger. I don't care what you say. Doesn't matter what you say, because that's my opinion. To me, that's a budget banger. If I can find an orange one, I'm gonna grab an orange one. If they have a green one, I'll probably grab a green one, because it's just bad. Not bad, I mean. Got a nice blade shape. You can tell I've been using it. Even today, cutting into some cardboard boxes today, cutting some tape and stuff. But good quality knife. Lanyard hole. Obviously it's salty. That don't bother me. D2 steel, I don't remember if I said that or not. But it's just smooth. It's comfortable in the hand. It is, point up when it's in your pocket, which I prefer a knife to be point up. That way when I pull it out, I'm ready to go. I do not like a point down knife. Some people prefer that because they worry about stabbing themselves. I don't worry about that. So to each his own, you know what I mean? But yeah, good quality little knife. If you can find one, if you don't have one, I would say spend you, less than $10 after tax. If you can't find them in the store, I believe they're readily available on Walmart.com or the app. It's not quite down Broadway, but it's leaning a little bit to the pile side, but that's all right. Because it's a modern, it's not a slip joint. Yeah, I think that's all right. That's just me. So just thought I'd show that today, because I dig these little knives. I do, and I love anything that I can fidget with. I'm still not really good on flipping the Zippo. I don't know if it's because my fingers are short and fat. Maybe that's what it is. But while I'm here, I'll show you what I'm toting today. I'm still toting that Knife Crazy slip, and toting that Stanley Trapper, made by United Cutlery back in the late 90s. This is the SL16 440 Super Sport. And look at them serrations on that spade blade. How cool is that? America, baby. Good looking knife. Good looking knife. I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. Only thing I'm not really tickled with is going to be petty right there. It's just a little rough, but I know most companies don't really finish that part. This one seems a little worse than some, but that might just be me being picky. So, yeah, got those two, and got a Saudi Junior on me. Everybody's seen the Saudi, so I'm not gonna pull that out. But just 3 knives today. Light carry for me today. Ooh, excuse me. I actually slept pretty good last night for the first time in some days, so I'm thankful to the Lord for that. But I hope you all have a blessed day. We had a good weekend. Had good church services yesterday. On the last Sunday of the month in the evening, our pastor is doing questions and answers. So that's been really nice. You don't put your names on them, but if you have a question, you drop in the box, and then every week, he'll get them all together and he'll go through them. And some of them are real simple things. Some of them are kind of deep things. But it's nice because you maybe you don't have a question. Maybe you do have questions, but you don't know how to word the question. Or maybe you're embarrassed to ask a question. Well, somebody else might ask the same question. Or somebody might ask something else, and you're like, oh man, I never thought of that. That's good. Wow, that really helped me. I needed that, something, and some, how to say it? Some things are just perfect timing. God knows when to do things, when to say things, when to speak through your pastor. So, yesterday was a really good day. Our pastor yesterday morning just really opened up, poured his heart out, and it was a blessing. He told me he's my uncle, so we talked some, and he said he'd already had several people come to him after the morning service and either text him or come to him in his office and tell him how much they appreciated the service that morning, which he gets that almost every service. Yesterday morning was a little more intense, him opening up and pouring his heart out, but it was just fantastic. Helped me in a different way. I couldn't relate line for line everything he was talking about, but in another way. We all go through cycles in our life. We go through things, and yours might be a cycle of, I'm not going to smoke, and you go 3 months, 6 months, a year without smoking, and the next thing you know, you smoke for a month or 2, 6 months, whatever, and then you do it again. You get in cycles. Same with drinking, drugs, whatever it may be, anger, bitterness, bitterness, irritability. That's some things I struggle with, and I told him that, getting in those cycles, but asking the Lord to help me be better, not hold bitterness against one another, because if you hold bitterness, boy, it's like a cancer. It'll eat you. I had held bitterness against somebody for years and years, and I didn't even realize it. I thought, I'd even said, I've forgiven this person. We're all good. I was like, they might not like me, but I'm good. I got, no hard feelings. And then our pastor was preaching. It was a Sunday night. I'm almost positive it was a Sunday night. And he said, he was preaching on bitterness, or he transitioned into bitterness. I don't remember. It's been several years back. He's like, if you hear that person's name and the first thought that comes to your head is something negative, you have bitterness. And instantly that person's name went in my head, and I said, oh, wow. I was sitting there in my pew just like, the old cartoons, and the jaw hits the floor. That was me. And I went to him. I was like, look, I had no idea. I said, truthfully, I was like, hand up to God with my hand raised. I didn't realize I still had bitterness towards this person. I said, I really thought I had let it go. I was like, but obviously I got to pray on this. I got to work through this. And once again, like I said on my Thankful Thursday last week, I'm thankful for a pastor who will follow the leadership of the Lord and speak things that need to be spoken. Sometimes it's not really deep things. Sometimes, ministry. I've been in church almost all my life, except for when I went to the military. I grew up a pastor's kid, been in church my whole life basically, and I've heard preachers preach way up high, so high, there's no oxygen, and you don't even know what they're saying. You get out of church, oh, that was a good service. Oh yeah, what did the preacher preach about? I ain't got a clue, but it sounded good. A lot of times that ain't what we need. When you get down to brass tacks, us humans, we're simple people, and sometimes the preacher just has to come and preach where you live. And I'm a simple person. I really am. Like, it don't take much to make me happy in life. You can tell I'm a big guy. Food on the table, warm place to sleep in the winter, cool place to sleep in the summer, roof over my head, clothes on my back, and that all applies to my family as well. Obviously not just me. But I'm simple. Yes, do I like having a TV and the smartphone, internet, computer? Yes, I do. But I am simple. Like, somebody, hey, Brother Brian, here you go. And they bought me a t-shirt, a $5 t-shirt. I'm over the moon. I'm just simple. And I think a lot of us are that way. And we just need, if you're a Christian, I know everybody who watches this is not a Christian. Everybody is not a Christian who is a churchgoer, which I am of the opinion, if you're a Christian, you go to church. Every time the doors are open, do your best to be there. That's me. I go to church. I've missed very little the past few years, and that's not pumping me up any. I just believe in going to church, even when you don't feel like it. You know, unless you're contagious, stay home. But I believe in going to church, because sometimes you go to church down in the mully grubs, as my dad would say, and you get uplifted by a song, by the words of somebody's prayer, by the ministering of the word, or by somebody coming up to you and hugging your neck or shaking your hand saying, "Brother, I love you. God bless you. Praying for you." Just out of the blue. Just make you cry sometimes. Make me cry. I'm a big old crybaby. I don't care. I don't care who knows it. I got off on tangents there, didn't I? Done lost my train of thought. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my pastor. I'm thankful for my church. I'm thankful for what the Lord has done in my life. I'm not where I need to be, but I thank God I'm not where I used to be. One day at a time, one step at a time. As long as I'm moving forward, I'm in the right direction. And I know God's on my side, because how hard the devil has been fighting me lately. Because he has for sure been on my tail. He's been right here. But that's okay. We're doing our best between me and God. We're keeping him out. Trying to keep him out of my head. Keep him outside. Ultimately, he's going to lose. We're going to win. But I got way off of that, the whole knife subject there in the beginning, but just what came upon my heart there. So I pray you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful week ahead. I'm kind of excited for several things. Our 25th anniversary services are next weekend, the 8th, Saturday the 8th at 7 p.m., Sunday the 9th at 11 a.m. Brother Jack Duff from West Palm Beach, Florida is coming to minister. I've never heard the brother minister, so certainly looking forward to hearing him come preach for us. So I'm looking forward to that. And knife related, I've got several knives coming in this week from trades. So super happy about that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 knives coming in on trades. One coming in that I had picked up because I wasn't going to buy no more for February, but it's one that has been on my watch list for several months, and it's the first one that came available, so I just jumped on it. But I think you'll be tickled. So I'll do a video. I don't know if I'll do separate videos or just do one big bulk video like Brother Dwayne does. I love when Brother Dwayne Clark does his videos of everything he's done over a couple weeks. I just sit there and just smile. He gets so tickled over little things, and I just love that. Again, simplicity. Sometimes it's just little things, simple things that make us happy. So don't be too sophisticated. Don't be too uppity, too modern. Sometimes simple. Like if y'all saw Brother Terry the other day, black eyed peas, cornbread, and cabbage every day. I could do it every day. Now I don't need all them carbs, but that's my kind. Like, I'm not always in the mood for Southern food, even though I grew up here. But those right there, I could do that every day. I could do that every day. So let's just sometimes simple is the best way, in my opinion. But anyways, y'all stay blessed. You have a wonderful day. And from my heart, I pray the Lord blesses you, keeps you, shines upon you, is gracious to you each and every day. May God bless you. This is Bubba.
With the sword of truth, I stand and fight. In the armor of God, my future is bright. Sharpened like steel, by his word I'm made, and In the battle of faith I'll never persuade. The blade of his love cuts through the lies. With the strength of the Savior I rise, I rise, I rise.